Don't you hate it when you're watching a jiu-jitsu event and they don't interview the person that just won? I bet you get really angry when interviewers don't ask the questions that you, grappling fans, really want to hear. And I especially think you dislike it when athletes tell the same stories over and over again on different podcasts. I gotta be honest with you, I kind of hate that stuff too. Those are just a few of the reasons why I created this show. The Grappling Hour is a weekly broadcast series where I interview some of the biggest names in our sport. And I do my best to cater each interview to the best parts about the athlete on the other side of this screen. If you tune in regularly, you'll see me host fight companions, travel to different gyms, or on very rare occasions, even roll with some people I have no business sharing a mat with. On the show, we've produced over 400 pieces of content with over 250 athlete profiles. Yeah, you heard me. 250 athlete profiles. And we have no plans to slow down anytime soon. If you like the content that you see, or you just happen to stumble upon this page by accident, I would really appreciate it if you would become a member of the Grappling Hour Patreon. By selecting early access, you'll be the first to see these interviews a full 30 days before anybody else. And for just a few extra bucks, you'll get to see the extra bonus content that I create only and specifically for premium tier users. It's my sincere hope that every time you come to this channel, you know that you're in for a good interview, a good piece of content, or even just a good laugh. And that you'll come back to see the athletes I talk to, the gyms I visit, and the types of content that we produce that is unlike anybody else in the sport. I appreciate you for watching all the way to the end of the video. And if nothing else, thank you for making today a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. What is up, ladies and gents? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcast, Rafa Esparza. We are coming to you live for the West Coast Trials Final here for ADCC. We are joined by somebody who, I'm starting to wonder if he has gambling debts. Somebody who couldn't just let lie alone enough. My man, Paul Ardea, is showing back up. And I got to tell you this, Paul, I have to ask, you were saying a little bit earlier that you don't tend to gamble that much. Is this why? Is this that we've discovered here in this broadcast why you don't tend to gamble that much, sir?
Correct. All right.
Is it just because you're that competitive that you're like, no, I need to keep winning here? And meanwhile, the blackjack dealer is like, sir, you're out of chips.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Oh!
So here's some good news. I think you and I might actually be on the same time. Is it 350 for both of us right now?
Yeah, 347, 346.
Okay, so we're right on the same timeline, and I like seeing you on the same timeline. So very pleased about that. All right, sir, has anything happened in this match that has caught your eye?
Yeah, I can't believe Perez somehow made the weight here. He is obviously too big for the weight class. I feel bad for Petzzuto having to hold all that weight on top of him right now.
Yeah, it's intense, dude. You look at this and you always think to yourself, you're like, wait, maybe I should do the plus 99. And then you look at this and you go, nope, never. Nope, this is a bad choice.
Yeah, this man, Petzzuto, is massive, man. But, man, Perez is doing really well. He's had a really good tournament, actually.
Yes, sir.
ADCC vet, I mean, he just has so much experience, man. And I remember seeing him a long time ago. This man is like fearless. Just like whoever you put him in front of him, he's gonna play this game regardless. And he's got swag for this.
I guess I should ask this: what was the previous weight class that Perez was going at? Because now I can't even remember it.
So he competed. I think he's done 88 kilos for the longest time. Although in ADCC Brazil, he went against Claudio Calasanz in the first round. I just can't remember if that was 77 or 88. But I remember Actually, I think he may be one of the only L's Gordon took in ADCC. Like one of the reasons that he never won trials is because Perez beat him. Actually, I remember I was there for that trials.
That's, you know what, here's what I enjoy about you. You have a very good memory for a lot of this stuff. So you actually bypass a lot of the fact checking that we have to do here on the show, because you're like, actually, young man, I was there. I can tell you all about that day.
Every time you give me props for my memory, it makes me feel a little old. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah,
yo,
not old. Like most people just kind of like they hear about it or they read about it. I feel like I lived through it. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm talking about like one of those like old wars or something. Like my memory goes in black and white when I'm telling these stories.
I mean, to be fair, you have been winning trials, I guess, on a timely day here since Jesus was around. So yes, you've definitely been around for a few. And I think that's the reason why I don't talk shit about you behind your back, but I do mention to people, I'm like, we have to be done with him doing trials. Because if you go into another decade of just stealing other people's spots, I'm going to be like, yo, bro, just get the invite. Mo, you're getting the invite. I'm not allowing this anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I do think about it like, you know, there could be an up and comer who could shine bright, you know, at the ADCC World stage, and I'm just stealing that opportunity away from him. But it is what it is, man.
I like to tell people all the time, I go, listen, you're always Paul Ardea until guess what? The next Paul Ardea shows up. So you're always that dude until all of a sudden there's the new version of you that shows up and you're like, yo, dude, hey, get out of here, man. This is what I like doing. You can have the spot in 5 years. I'm still doing this.
True that. I don't know about 5, man. I'll be 38 in 5 years. I don't know about that one.
Let me give you a little hint here. Father Time, this right here, my friend, this is your future. This is a sly 41-year-old man over here. Now, let me tell you this. You want to talk about you sound or look old. You don't, because this is what the streets were saying about me. This was a meme that got put up by our homies, Creonche Media, and it's basically me telling every person how to do a multi-view of their thing, which I did to you, I did to other people, and I like that it comes from a friend. So I was like, yo, I can't believe we got memed.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
And, yeah, if they want to throw a meme my way, that would be pretty funny too, man.
Hey, man, listen, bro. If anything, you just get the glowing athlete memes, which are like, oh, man, today my hair parted on the other side. I guess I'm pretty on the right side, too. Like, the rest of us fucking mules in this sport have to be like, what'd you say about me? What'd you say? Okay, so, I got this notification a little bit ahead of time, and the notification makes a lot more sense now. It says they scrambled over 4 rows of people. So what we're seeing right now is them going over 4 rows of people.
Yeah, we're a little delayed, huh?
Well, we're delayed. So we have a correspondent who's there live. So when he texts me, sometimes the text will have like a 20-second head start or a minute head start, just because the broadcast time. Now it's fine. I can understand the broadcast time is a few seconds ahead. I'm just glad that now we're all in the same time zone, because it'd be different if we were calling it up in different versions. It's the same broadcast that we're all accessing. So the fact that Kevin Bradley had a different time, that's a very good start for Mike Perez here, by the way.
Is he gonna get it? He looks a little purple.
He does, bro. But the problem is now I'm seeing Mike Perez starting to strain a little bit, and it makes me wonder if those arms get burnt out.
He's gonna get out, yeah.
Damn, bro. Woo! Perez, if you want this, you got to hold on, buddy. Oh, man. Yeah, you could see him starting to work. Oh. Oh, no. Yo, Mike Perez, there's nothing more I relate to than squinting at a scoreboard, so I'm with you, my friend.
Same, man. Well, I have contacts now, so we're good. But
oh, good for you. Oh, you went without. Oh, shit, dude. Yeah, I just find it's better to not wear any kind of glass like that. I'm always afraid something's going to happen to my eyes. I'm fairly decent about a lot of things, but putting things in my eyes is where I draw the limit. All right, 135 on my clock right now. Perez trying to keep up a frame. Here's the good news. Did not lose any points there. He just has to stay consistent. I feel like with that guillotine, though, that could be very helpful in a decision sort of element.
I agree. And, I mean, I don't know who, Petzzuto is very well, but I feel like almost everyone is probably cheering for Perez, the obvious weight underdog on this one, man.
I mean, listen, bro, I have to be honest with you. Just seeing the size differentium here, how do you not?
I don't know. Maybe you're Pizzuto's.
Well, okay. Not to be fair, you know what? Now that you're bringing that up, Perez has in the past been a very, very. He's done some controversial things, or at least some spicy things, I guess we should say. So he does have a history of getting other people's skins. And I should point this out. We did get some notes, and Egged Warrior said in the crowds again. Bobby Ingram says, I was as far ahead as K-Brad's was before too. And it says, it's our premium New Jersey internet tubes. Get out of here, bro. And then it says, is Jake Watson commentating the finals? Full disclosure, love Jake, don't care. Here's why. Bro, this is the broadcast we do, and I want to focus all the attention here. So Jake's 100% going to talk all about it on our next bullpen episode on Wednesday as we preview the PGF.
Looks like this one is going to come down to what the judges
decide. Nope, that is him. I can hear him from your broadcast. So that is Jake Watson, my young apprentice.
All right, that's time.
All right, sir.
What do you got?
What do you got? I think I'm going to say this. I think with that guillotine, I think Perez might walk it.
I agree. Actually, I think he had like 3 good guillotine attempts.
Yep.
A couple out of bounds,
But I feel like, okay, so you can tell me how this works. In overtime, is it just the overtime or is it the regulation plus the overtime?
It's supposed to be the whole time. But I don't know. Some judges kind of forget about the first regulation time and they just only concentrate on whatever happened in overtime. So, I mean, we'll see, but it's supposed to be the whole thing.
It is supposed to be the whole thing. All right, we're waiting for the judges, or as we have said here earlier before, Mo doing this, this. We'll see. I don't know. You know what the weird part is that just hearing that he's part of the judging panel is I'm like, bro, these are different jobs. Like, it made me realize, I'm like, you know what? I think most people actually like dictators. I think they'd be okay if they're just like, nah, man, I trust his judgment. It's all good. I was like, bro, we had a legislative branch, an executive branch. Mo sneaks in and he's like, no, I can't let some jabroni get in on this. Nope, this dude. So yeah, it looks like if they're describing some serious discussions on the side, this is not a clear sort of presentation. But if you look at this, if you look at Mike Perez and the size differential between the two, you'd assume like, oh, did they have an absolute division?
Yeah, you would have to. I mean, that man is easily a foot taller than.
Oh, man. I mean, here's the good news. So you know the rule here, which is that we will extend an invite to be interviewed. And I mean, we go back with Mike. So I think he would definitely be interested if he does win to take the interview. And I think it would be a topic of discussion is just the size differentium and asking him in his opinion of it. But I think the other thing I want to know is, oh God, are they carrying the one? Like, what are we doing over here on the judging panel? No, that's just some audience members. Oh, the audience members are very confused as to what's happening right now. They want to go home is probably very accurate. Yo, yeah, get those adorable kids. Show them getting hype. They're the only people getting hype about this. And here,
David does beat Goliath, man. That's what's up, man.
You know, it's kind of weird. I'm like, with Jake Watson, I'm like, you know, there's going to be some sort of biblical reference there. So, all right, he did get that in. It does count. It is Easter, so I'll let it happen.
When you shoot the invite over to Mike, tell him Paul said what's up. That's my boy.
Okay. I'll definitely say that. The only thing is it's been so long that I'm like, oh shit. Mike might actually be like, and you haven't called me before, and I'm going to be like, bro, you won. Just come on the show.
Yeah, just tell him. Just be like, man, come on, man. Paul was commentating, rooting for you, man.
Don't open that door because I'm going to start using that for a lot more people. I'm going to be like, oh, you don't like us, but Paul was saying great things about you, and he says you should do the show. You'd be surprised how many people that will probably work on. The notes in the comment section say Perez won, but they'd be losing a Viking from the promo posters.
Got our first ticket punch to the World Championships here at the West Coast Trials. Mike Perez.
All right. Well, that is good. I'm going to ask you a favor here, Paul.
What you got?
This is going to sound like it's because I hate Jake. It's not that. Do you mind turning down the commentary slightly, and I'll explain why.
I got you.
Thank you. So the UFC does this thing where every time we do a fight companion and we're watching and we listen for the post-fight interviews, the algorithm gets picked up and it's like the UFC blocked your video because of this. So yes, I'm sure Jake will have feelings when he's like, you told me not to take my commentary. And I'm like, no, bro, I just want my video to not get fucked with, dude.
Yeah, I've heard like YouTube and a lot of other websites are pretty like strict on that now.
It's ridiculous, dude. And the weird part is to me is I'm always like, I have not showed a frame in the, now almost 16 hours we've been broadcasting, a single frame of Flow grappling footage. So I never want them to come to me and be like, you were showing people. I was like, no, I don't do that. Take that away, bro. So let me go ahead and see if I can pull up something here. It does show that we are going live there. Great. So if you guys are watching over on Instagram, my apologies for the delay, but we are here for you now. We are appreciating. We have our good friend Paul Ordia. So Paul, you said you wanted to level some things out. You were coming back not just to do this as a friendly favor to me, but to redeem yourself, sir. So I ask you, now that we've got some matches ahead of us, I would assume now we're going to Adam Bradley and Michael Pixley. So I'm going to start with this, sir. If you got to redeem yourself, where are we going?
Bradley.
Okay, you're going Bradley. Why Bradley?
Well, because he beat him once before at East Coast Trials. I just think he's got a lot of experience. Hopefully, I would just get taken down. Like, there's no points. Just get taken down. The longer he does solely jiu-jitsu, the better it's going to work out for him. Pixley's. I just saw his match against Goto, who was also a phenomenal wrestler. And Pixley was just like, he was just controlling the wrestling. So at this point, like, why even risk it? Just go ahead and just start to jiu-jitsu, and I think he'll take it pretty easily.
Okay. See, you know what's so great is I like that Bradley adjusts to the situation. So in the last match, he went no rash guard. Now he's back to rash guard. So I feel like when people say there's not a strategy to this, there is 100% a science that people are doing in this world.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I think we were just talking about it. Like, if I go at Worlds rash guard or no rash guard, yeah, man, it just depends whether I need the friction or not.
So I've had people tell me this before where they were like, yo, I legitimately went no rash guard because I was trying to slip out of shit. And I was like, yo, no shame, bro. I totally understand.
Yo, man, we're here to win at the end of the day.
Hey, bro, you do what you need to do. I'm not. Listen, we're just commentating and doing jokes and having fun. I'm rooting for my friends to do what they need to do. Now, I saw a wince here, and I think it's because Pixley does look like he is working from top on Bradley. So even though no points here, it's still a decent position to be working for, at least submissions or position.
Yeah, actually, man, Pixley's looking pretty good, holding good position. And I don't know if that's just like Bradley's strategy right now.
Yeah.
Kind of like just be chill, hang out. I just don't know him well enough to know if like he's like submission oriented or not, but it doesn't seem like it, at least. Just kind of like based on some of the things that I researched before he and I faced. So I think maybe he's just waiting for points and then get some sweeps, get some passing, win the match that way. But man, Pixley, he's in there. Yeah,
that's a very good north-south choke. And you are seeing Bradley start to turn a little bit purple right now. But if there's one thing that you do know about Bradley's background is that this dude has been in matches that have lasted a minute or two. And I know that he's come back. Oh, shit, dude. He is turning really, really purple right now. So even if maybe he's not in submission danger, it looks like it is heavy. And he's just fine back into guard.
Yep.
That might have actually just been the lights, but it's hard to tell with those who are bald. When people do not have hair, sometimes you start ascribing like, oh, dude, he's purple. Oh, no, that's just his regular pigmentation. Okay, got it. I want to point this out. We did get a note from somebody, Fenton Mully, that says, yo, I'm totally in the dark. How did Josh Hinger do? Well, to my knowledge, Josh was not in this trials. And if he was, my apologies to him, but I don't believe I saw him there.
Yeah, I don't think Hinger was in this one.
And I mean, Hinger is somebody that stands out in a crowd. So I'm pretty sure I would have seen it if that was the case. And if that's a joke prompt, then boo. But no Josh Hinger to my knowledge. Also, Josh Hinger, I think, lives overseas now.
Yeah, isn't he like in Thailand or something?
I think so. So I feel like he's one of those Wojiks that gets to like do 3 different trials. Or like even when I see your brother competing at a different trials and I go, can he do?
That's right. We got multiple citizenships, you know what I mean? Just whatever.
I would say this. I'd be like, there are people who I like less that I might have a little bit more raised eyebrow about, but I'm like, nah, the Ardeo brothers are actually very nice to us, so I can't talk shit about them.
Now, here's the thing. It's points now.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was going to see Adam kind of be more active, but he's still, I think he's looking for counters a lot. And I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think looking for counters against Pixley might not be the best strategy, man. I think he's solid. He's long. At least because I've gone against both of them. And when I was going against Pixley, yeah, I kind of had a different strategy in mind. I wasn't necessarily looking for counters.
Well, I mean, you also had a habit of just submitting people outright. But I did see for a split second there, I almost saw it looked like Adam was going to almost kind of re-drag off of that, like almost use it as an arm drag wrestle up attempt. And it didn't quite happen, but it maybe gave you a preview of what he has in mind with 3 minutes left to spare.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. That's a dangerous game because Pixley, if he just corrects his hips, he could hold the pass.
I tried to go on over to the side, but a very nice, bendable Adam Bradley is able to kind of fend him off for the second. But goddamn, dude, my body, when I see this kind of regarding aggressively, just rejects it and is like, you know what, dude, just take the pass, man. It's fine. Like, I'll figure out the second part. This is not worth it at the age of 40 to regard with a young person that's just going to continue doing this.
Yeah, Pixley has a gas tank, man. He's been at it for a good 6 minutes now, nonstop.
Yes, sir. So there's 2 minutes left. I'm going to take a few more notes from the crowd. So thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys. We're glad that you're joining us for the tail end of the competition. Bradley, trying to invert. I don't think there's anything quite there per se, but this is a dangerous freaking game right here, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
That gives me anxiety right there. Just seeing that kind of closeness on somebody continuously almost passing guard. So here's a question, and maybe you can tell me yes or no on it. If you're Bradley, are you thinking that there's a possibility it's going to be a low score so that maybe you save your energy for what's going to have to be a wrestle fest in overtime?
Oh!
Shit.
He passed. Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, man, we got to move quick because those points could happen quicker than you think, Bradley. If that is the case, Pixley has a grip on Bradley that's going to be hard to break. But the question is, do we have hooks? We do not have hooks, but it might be good enough for a pass. Bradley, under duress, goes to Turtle. He's going to need to get to Turtle to fend off those points on both hooks. There's one hook there. We're looking to see if the second hook is going to emerge. And in time, I do believe, it is so close. It is so very close. Now back to Turtle, which as we know, is one of the places that you can kind of get your grips back very momentarily, gets teetered again, and there's a potential pass that could happen here. There is 34 seconds. So if that is the case, and he is able to get points, that will secure the victory for Michael Pixley, but yet Adam is still in this. It is deep. It is going to be a second, and he does have a little bit of a guard, so this is going to be very interesting to see if the sweep happens. Oh, it is. Oh, there is a sweep. It may not be enough for time for establishing points, but if he can establish these points, and it will give him the victory. So yes, Pixley may just, I think there's going to be no points awarded. So as a result, we will now go to overtime. And Adam Bradley looking over to see if that was good enough to give the points, and the referee telling them to stand back up. And they are already putting on the clock the extra 4 minutes. So if you're a Bradley, you're probably thinking to yourself, man, I think I did enough to merit some points. The problem is the establishment of those points may not have been enough time to get there firmly.
That's pretty close, man.
Oh my God, no. You know what? Listen, dude, this is where I would be mouthing off majorly to be like, fuck you guys, that was a sweep.
Oh man, I don't know what your strategy is now. If you're Bradley, first of all, Pixley is tired. I didn't think I was going to see that. His gas tank is insane. So, oh man, this is going to be. Both of these guys are going to have to figure out some really quick adjustments. Because Bradley, I mean, his wrestling is not like Pixley's, but Pixley, I don't know if he's ever been this tired. I don't think I've ever seen him this tired.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think at this point, though, I was talking about it a little bit earlier. It is a dangerous strategy, but it is one that is very possible that Bradley goes, if I have to wrestle you, it has to be in overtime. And this is a dream scenario for that particular area where you go, he's a little bit tired. So at this point, maybe a snap down that you might not have gotten might be a smidge easier than it was before.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm just going to guess, but I think Pixley's strategy right now might be, I'm not sure if you can see. Can you see me still?
Yeah, I can.
My screen messed up. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think Pixley might, he may just be trying to wait maybe until like a minute 30, get one takedown, hold it.
Mm-hmm.
So like no scrambles or anything.
You might be onto something there. That is definitely a very, like, all these strategies, bro. I don't know why, but I look at it and I go, I don't know that I could, man. Yikes.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think by now, 1 minute and 40 seconds in, and he hasn't taken a shot yet. I think he's just waiting. He's waiting for that one. With hopefully not enough time for Bradley to counter.
Like this as well. If you're Bradley and you are letting him get a little bit of his rest in, like this is the most rest that also Pixley has had in this time. So Pixley, even if he's not waiting for it to happen, I think he's slowly starting to get his breath back so that if he is going to make one last stand in this last minute, it can be that 1 minute drill that you're in the gym with. And he does push him into the crowd, does get kind of pushed back out. This is, at this point, it's just crowd surfing. They're literally just pushing you back in. It's essentially the crowd is part responsible for making sure you ring them back on the inside. The referee telling them, hold on, now resume on this. There is a minute 40 left to go here. And I think I'm starting to see, if you're seeing Pixley, I think that strategy of waiting it out may be coming to fruition a little bit sooner. But if it's the case that they're only going by overtime, this is a very interesting thing to figure out who was more aggressive. Here's a question. Do we just do one overtime in finals for trials?
What was that?
Do we only do one overtime for trials finals?
Oh, that's a great. I don't know. It depends on the judges.
Oh, well, it's Mo, so the answer is probably going to be like.
Oh, he's in there again.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh, that's his move, right?
Yep, that's going to be, you know what, dude? Oh, shit, we got to get up, and he does get up, but you know what? That's the most significant thing that has happened thus far in this overtime. That could be good enough, so it is on Bradley. The pressure is on. He's got 34 seconds to respond now, and I got to tell you, just gauging the distance may not be enough to pick up this win. If you're Bradley, I think you got to go all for a gamut. I think you could really have to to put your going out this way. So I'm hearing a note here from our sideline reporter who just told us, and this is interesting because I wouldn't necessarily yell this out or assume that this was happening, but the crowd was going nuts. Team Perigo imploring Pixley to shoot, but no dice.
I don't know who took this one.
Honestly, I think Pixley is going to pick this one up.
He did. He threw a lot of passes in there.
I think he had just enough. And I to our good friend Adam Bradley, who is yet to come on the show. Yep. And yes, wow, Pixley is going to pick up the win. Congratulations to him.
He's a West Coast Trials champion.
Oh, Jesus. I just picked that up. Okay.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What? That was a great match. All right. I got bad news. I got to hop off real quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, go handle yours. We'll see you in a few minutes. I totally get it. You don't want to make a prediction here, so you're going to go run away. It's all good, bud.
Oh, hold up now. I made my prediction and then run away. Hold up.
Hey, it's Amanda, Leve, and Mitrovic. So tell us who you think is going to win before you get on out.
Let me see. Which weight class is coming up?
It is the plus 65 kg for the women. So it's Leve and Mitrovic.
Oh, man, I haven't seen enough.
It's all good. You should go handle your business because you weren't informed enough, and it's hard to make a decision on the fly. I know it's 50-50. It's all good, though, bud.
Whoever wins, that's what I was thinking of.
Get out of here. Listen.
Whoever is watching, I just want you to know that, all right? Whoever wins, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
I like that you're like, Raph, I got to go handle some business. And I'm like, all right, go talk to your cocaine dealer, bro. We'll talk to you in a few minutes then, all right?
See you later.
All right. Our good friend Paul Ardea joining in for some very fun festivities today. My thanks to you if you're just joining in. My name is Rafa Esparza. I host a show called The Grappling Hour. We are joined by so many friends who have been calling in and out. We have gotten so many notes. We just said that the good folks, the Daisy Fresh folks, have been by far the most vocal and raucous team at these trials, incredibly supportive of each other, and that is not a surprise. So we're going to take a few of your questions if you have any. I do believe we'll hear from Paul Ardea a little bit later on the broadcast as well. So we're doing our best to make sure that everybody else who is following along, you do have information, you have notes, you do have everything at your disposal. So hang with us. We are enjoying our time together here, and I hope that you guys are enjoying the broadcast. I saw some notes. Brian Downey, is Pixley winning? Pixley did. PSF for life. That's what's up. I think it's OT, tied, Pixley fight yet. Yes, we did get some notes there. So if you guys are joining us over on the Twitch, thank you. If you're joining us on the Twitter, thank you. Also, still confused. Not going to lie. Don't know where you guys come from. Would love it if you stay here forever and you give us some follows. If you're on the Twitter, it'd be nice to see you guys regularly because I don't see you guys all here all the time. I have no idea who follows where. So much love to you guys following in on whatever form you are coming in. And I'm going to check and see what our friends on the YouTube are saying. And it says, no, so I'll post that probably 22. I'm an idiot. No, Fenton, you just didn't know, friend. And we're just here to have giggles, shits, funs, if you would. So don't get offended by anything we say here. We just want to have our friends join us and do hood rat shit is what we're talking about here. Octavio, anything on your side? What are you seeing? What are the streets saying, sir? Not the streets saying absolutely nothing. The streets are tight-lipped right now. Just, oh man, where did that come from? I guess I should ask you this. What do you think about the LED wall in the background?
Kind of hard to fuck up an LED wall.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It's up.
It's up. It's the best.
None of the LED tiles are
It's the best review I've ever heard. Well, it's up. It does exist.
It's up, yeah.
I do see it working.
Congrats to whoever it takes to do that for them.
Let me go ahead and see this. I see that the left cam actually is not properly adjoined. So Let me
This
go.
one? This one?
Oh, no. It's just it's on here on the preview stick. When I looked down, I was like, wait, that's not left cam. So I fixed it as such. Look at this. Left cam, right cam. Although so you could talk to me about this, buddy. Octavio, this doesn't look that bad here. But like you'll notice the difference in quality is always insane to me between this and this. Because this, on this side, because it normally will shoot that way when we do a fight companion, and it gets more of that white backdrop, the focusing on it is terrible. I actually have to take it off that. It's a pain in the ass.
I mean, Jiu-Jitsu's on a white map.
Ugh. It just pisses me off so much that every time we're doing one of these things, I go, ugh, I just need to manual focus it. And I hate not being able to zoom in on something whenever we're there. So it does bug me a little bit. All right, you guys. I think the smart money is on Amanda Leve. I think Amanda Leve has the experience. She's definitely been tearing it up. I'm very, very happy to see her doing very well as a friend of the show. So we'll see what happens here, though. Mitrovic also had a pretty good tournament thus far in. And let's go ahead and give a recap here in a split second to let you guys know. Can we get a notification on Mitrovic's? Octavio, can we get a description of how Mitrovic got to the finals? So let me know what her submission rate was. But she is somebody who has had a very, very good tournament as well.
Okay. She started with a bye.
Okay.
Then she got 3 submissions in a row.
3 submissions in a row.
She got a points victory over Bridget Edson.
And then a points victory over that. So actually a pretty good journey as well. Okay. I'm with that. Good on her. If you guys feel any different way, please tell us in the comment section. And it said, just checking in from work, who's still in it? So we're essentially at the finals. Michael Pixley just picked up a win. Michael Perez also picked up a win. So it's been 2 there. And Amanda Leve, for a split second, had her arm just kind of on the inside. But she's going to manage to be just fine as she continues to pass. There's 6:30 right now on that time.
She got a great takedown. And for her to do
She did.
So, matter of fact.
Oh, yeah.
If it goes to those overtime rounds, she does have an advantage in the wrestling.
Yes, sir. We also have a couple notes that say we did the just checking in. It says, when's J-Rod up? J-Rod will be up. I mean, I'm not sure exactly the order in which they're doing it, but they just did 99 and plus and 99 regular. So then they're going to go to, I believe, 88. So if they go to 88, that is when we see J-Rod and Will. Leve in the guard could be interesting to see. Mitrovic's guard has been mean so far today. Great observation there, Bobby. I feel what you are pointing out here. And I applaud you for your meme efforts, by the way. That was very funny. I had a very good laugh at that.
Here is, after this match is Morgan Black versus Helena Crevar, and after that is Alex Enriquez versus Jasmine.
So we're going to do the women in the middle of it and then end with the go back to the men's. Let me see. Any way to watch? Yes, flowgrappling.com. Does 10P look like they were keeping up with the new wave and B-side? Seems like they're falling behind. No. I don't know necessarily about that. I mean, let's put it this way. You're talking about 3 of the top teams in the nation. And Andy Varela, I mean, arguably one of the best performances there. You also had some other friends doing some great things from 10th Planet. Keith Krikorian, very likely to win. So I don't think you can really argue that because I don't see multiple winners from any one team per se at these trials. They tend to spread out a little bit more. So I think that's kind of a leading question. Other than Flow. Well, no, I mean, listen, I'm giving you play-by-play analysis for free 99 so that you do not have to buy your Flow Grappling sort of subscription. So doing my part to help right here. And it says, and did the Keith Krikorian match happen? So just in case you didn't hear that, Keith Krikorian, I think that means they're going to end with him and Corbe, if that's the case. Are they going to end with Keith and Corbe? Is that going to be the final match?
It just only shows the next 3 matches.
Got it. Okay. I think if they go back in order, that should be the last match. It's entirely possible they rearrange it because they do what they want. Meanwhile, working from inside a guard, as Bobby did predict, you did see a push out there because that's important when you are going into point. She was trying to push Amanda off of her, using that kind of as an opportunity to come up, didn't quite get what she wanted. Leve still attacking very aggressively for a pass. There is 3:35 on the clock right now, and it says, thank you, big thank you for this cast. Look at that. That's the nicest. I'm not getting all the comments coming in so that I can put them up, but I got to tell you, this one's pretty nice to get. So very sweet of you to say. Email is your name.
Did you see the results of Corbe versus Holly? For third place?
It was Corbe.
Yeah, Corbe.
Yeah, Corbe ended up beating. He submitted him or he took points? Okay. But thank you, email. I appreciate that. It says my internet is trash right now. Audio going in and out. Is my audio going in and out or the broadcast flow? Because my audio should be pristine, to my knowledge. But I'm also broadcasting, so it's kind of hard to do both. Big thanks to everybody joining us on Twitter. It's good to see you guys. Surprised to see you guys, always, but very happy to see you. If you like what you see, give us a follow on the Twitter. We're here every single major UFC pay-per-view, especially all the grappling shit. We are one of the only people, and we are independent. So you actually get real analysis, not what the overlords tell you. And there are overlords in jiu-jitsu. Just saying. 2:14 on my clock right now. Amanda Leve inside of the guard. I mean, Mitrovic has been a big problem in terms of trying to get past. Here's a consideration, though. If you do see this go to time, that means that you will have your guard kind of taken away from you because we're going to have to start back up on the feet. And I guess conventional wisdom would say Amanda Leve would have that advantage. So stranger things have happened, though. So we'll see how that plays out. Keep a big watch on everything happening here. There is still 1 minute, 34 seconds left in this match. There's an open guard here. You're wondering at this point if Mitrovic is maybe looking to get a little bit of momentum to come up for a sweep. Thought she could maybe siphon over for a leg. Doesn't get it. There for a split second, there was double unders there by Amanda Leve, and nothing came from it. But normally when people get double unders, that is bad news if you are playing guard, but nothing doing here. And it says, life hack. If you open up the Flow Grappling app, you can watch this stream in the thumbnail. I'm listening to this while watching a tiny thumbnail. Trev BJJ, you speak the truth. And it's almost like you have a professional broadcaster giving you play-by-play to, well, Jake, who is professional. But, let's be real, guys. You like me better than Jake. I got to rep me. That's what Alex Enriquez said on this podcast or this broadcast on Monday. Mitrovic looking for an arm of Amanda Leve. I don't know that she's going to get it. She does not. Denied. Amanda Leve looking to place some hands on the legs to push them down. Not going to get them. 19 seconds. It is incredibly likely. Damn, that was a firm push on the face from Amanda Leve. 10 seconds. Yep, that's not going to be enough time for anybody to get anything substantial except, Amanda shoots in, doesn't get anything from it, and we are done on regulation time. Referee not giving them a half second. We go straight into it. You know what's nice is, I think, a second for a hair tie. I was about to give these ladies credit that they were ready to go faster than the dudes were in overtime. I got to be honest about that. Appreciate you guys. All the nice notes coming in. Super sweet. Let's get back to business here. We are in overtime, 3:47. It's really going to depend on how Leve does her shots here. She's feinting. She's looking around, gets a grip on the back of the neck. If you're Mitrovic, you really need to do something to get to your guard, which has proven to be a very, very effective neutralization to some of Amanda Leve's passing and her shots. Amanda once again feints, doesn't quite get it, shoots in, just tests the waters, backs up ever so slightly, only to recharge and probably likely go back again. Grips on both of the heads here. And yet you're seeing the power bang by Mitrovic swinging wildly all around the face. I mean, this is going to be dicey. This is for your ability to go back to ADCC. And yet it is no mistake that you are seeing people like Amanda Leve, who won the East Coast Trials, like Mo Black, who won the East Coast Trials, and one Alex Enriquez, who won the East Coast Trials in the finals. So if you can see any kind of consistency here, I think that bodes well for a nice little arm drag attempt. I think this bodes well for ADCC to finally get over their shit and start inviting more women. Because guess what? You literally made these women do 2 different sets of flights just so we can say the same people do their best here. And actually, it was an almost pulled a guard there for a split second by Amanda Leve. And I'm wondering, her leg, I wasn't quite sure what's happening there. If you guys tell me something different, but I thought I saw Amanda. That's very strange. It is essentially, oh no, I think there's an injury. I was wondering if that was the case. Amanda Leve taps as she pulls guard. I think something significant happened to her leg. It looked like something akin to when you're watching an MMA fight and there's something like where they start backstepping. It's just too unusual for Amanda Leve to pull any kind of guard that you know something has to be amiss. I hope that she's okay. If you're watching on the screen, you are seeing quite a bittersweet moment here from
She don't want to win like that. Nobody wants to win like that.
From Mitrovic, who herself is just crying. And I mean, this should be a wonderful, joyous occasion. I think now it's starting to set in. She will be going to ADCC trials, but for a split second, you saw her have real emotion for, I'm sure, respect for Amanda Leve. And now she's fully back into it. And I think it's set in. Good for her, man.
You tapped her for real. Yeah, it hurts.
I mean, listen, you know.
Hey, celebrating just tapped her in 30 seconds. Come on now.
It says, what are the status of the Tacketts? They're both in the finals. Keith is in the finals. Kyle Chambers eliminated. Helena in the finals. The Rochas. Is it Jasmine? Jasmine Rocha is in the final. You saw Achilles. He was eliminated earlier. Alex and Andy. Oh, is that Alex Enriquez? Alex Enriquez is in the finals because Alex and Andy Varela. There's no Alex Varela. But Andy Varela did get third place. Cinched it up with a choke at the very end. So those are some of your results in case you were asking for them. Hey, you know a great way to say thank you? Like, comment, subscribe. And you can become a member on the Grappling Hour YouTube. So check that out. Confirming it was a knee injury. Damn. Ugh. Fuck, man. Hate to see that, but big props. She's being bandaged off to the side of the stage. I hate to see it. But thank you to Anthony Horta, who's been an invaluable member of the broadcast team here, who's been siphoning in updates and notes and thoughts. So, yeah, that's a huge bummer to see there. And Horta just said, also surprisingly easy to sneak backstage. That's pretty funny. I just sent him a note that said, and to think I've always tried to do it legit. Foolish Raph. Just always sneak behind the scenes. That's it. Don't ask for any of this. Just go. Do whatever you want. That's the moral of the story. My favorite thing, so yeah, we had somebody ask a little bit earlier. I think it was MacTube, actually. It was like, why aren't you there? And I go, oh, I've put in requests to cover it. I just stopped now because they would always ham fist and go back and forth. And I'm pretty sure I'm one of the first people to apply. But they were like, we have too many photographers. I was like, cool, I can do interviews. Nah, Flo does interviews. Okay, that's like one person. Yeah, but Flo is a big team that goes there. It's like 2 dudes who do interviews, man. Like maybe there's a couple guys with cameras, but they don't do like real interviews. They do like, hey man, you just won. Like, what did you, hold on. Hey man, you just won. Like, so did you like winning? Was that cool? Or did you what do you like to do when you win? You did it. Yeah, you won. Congrats. That's cool. Just saying. If you want the sport to grow, you've got to play your part. So it's not just part 1 there. There's a lot to do. Anyways, maybe in the future we'll have a bigger sport. Random question. Why doesn't ADCC have a women's absolute at the event? Because I think you know why. I mean, ADCC legitimately is working its way to develop a appreciation for women's grappling. It is a work in progress, I think, is what we call it. So, nothing to report on just yet. But Helena making her way. Oh my God, this Captain America fit by Helena is top tier. If anybody's had best fashion, it's Helena. So there is that. Her Captain America fit is pretty solid. Yeah, nothing.
I just see a person that's screaming for attention.
A person wants attention. Okay. Octavio has no time for your drip, no time for your fit. All right, you guys. In the comment section, feel free to hit us up. And it says the entire women's division will almost make as much as the super fight champ does for one win. And their winners will make almost as much for the super fight loser. So things are looking up. That is a very realistic way of putting it, Bobby. Sad and, we're working. We're trying to make things better, but things being what they may, if you would, my friends. All right, Helena, Mo Black, a rematch of the previous trials. Last time, Helena sat to guard, and Black told me, so Mo was mentioning to me, she was like, I was kind of surprised because not like strategically, it just didn't make as much sense that you already start at a negative advantage. And she knew that once she pulled that guard, she was like, well, I think this bodes well for me. And the last time you saw an entire match where Mo was able to just continuously pressure, put it on her. And that's what ended up giving her the win. So, if we're talking about styles and fights, just saying, in any reasonable world, loser would be guaranteed an invite for closing out on both East and West Coast. That's what I'm saying, bro. The unfortunate part about this, though, even if we were to give the invite to Amanda Leve, you would hope that that knee injury would heal itself in time. But for Mo and Alex Enriquez, we should just be like, deuces, you're already invited. Like, even if they don't win, fuck you, they won. Helena on a decent front headlock here on Mo. I don't know that there's any snap down oomph to it, but yeah. Mo easily able to circle out of it. Yeah, I think if you had that kind of grip on Mo, you really have to go for that snap down very quickly. Yeah, Mo's going to basically circle out and find her way to fighting back in. So, there's that. If you guys are watching along, again, likes, comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. We appreciate you for watching. And I'm going to go ahead and check back on over on Instagram. I forgot we were on there. But that is where we see people come in and out so fast on the show. We've had some friends join in. Kevin Scott, what's up? Pressure Poppy, what's up? Victor, a.k.a. Victor. Compressor Larry, what's up, man? Sad Tacos, Emil stopped by for a little bit. Teria Cheryl. And Chris Angel, thank you so much. Good to see you guys. All right, let's get back to the action in front of us. Some continuing back and forth posturing. There's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this match for regulation time. This is a little bit different of a match with Helena standing her ground and trying to make sure that if Mo Black is going to punch her ticket to this year's trials, that she's going to create a little bit more difficult of a match for her, at least on the feet. And not conceding by just immediately sitting to guard and kind of playing more into Mo's strategy. What I would tell you is this, though, at least in this perspective, if you are Helena, I think part of that is you're only 19 years old. So you're going to get into a space where you think to yourself, maybe she sits to guard now, but who's to say what kind of game she's going to have in 4, 5, 6 years? So you're definitely seeing the beginnings of a jiu-jitsu athlete who maybe in the time since the last trials forced herself to stand up more because of a scenario like this, where you might be in a rematch against one of your former rivals, and you got to try and get a trip here, and she does work it. Mo, very, very smart, recognizes it, squares on out, but she's not out of complete danger yet. And she looks for that trip, and now doesn't quite get it, uses it as an opportunity to go to guard, to start looking for the leg. There may be an arm opportunity here as well, but it was very well scouted by one Helena, and oddly, it happened right before points. Very, very strategic opportunity time right there for her. And now Mo is going to have to put in work to start passing a guard, where it says, is there any way to watch? Yeah, we did get that. That was a first-time chat. Thank you so much for that. This is boding well. It's a little bit better of an opportunity. She did use it as an opportunity to come up on sweep points. So yes, that is going to give Helena, I'm pretty sure, at least a bottom to top, and she's looking for a submission here, but she is in half. So it's going to be a second here to figure out if, yep, she does get her 2 points. So that is going to give her a little bit of an introduction here. And you do say, I believe that Helena has had a different outfit for each match. I mean, she got to it before I could. Just saying. But she hasn't varied it. I think I would go different styles. So that is the way I would play it, slightly different. So Helena ahead 2-0 right now. 2:46 on the clock. It is still insane to me, though, that we are doing this match. A repeat of a match that apparently didn't matter from before. It's weird. I would pay to see a women's only comp that took away the best fighters from ADCC. Competition for women fighters may be the only way they change that. Yeah. I mean, as Gordon would tell you, it has to be, the economics have to make sense. So I'm for it. I think it could work. I think you see Medusa, though, as one of the few organizations that have that like all women's organization matchup. All right. Mo Black under the gun. There's 2 minutes here. Helena's working toward a mount. Nope. Not quite getting it just yet. Mo's going to need to create a frame and get to here. But this bodes well, again, for Helena. If she can maintain this posture and this position, I think she will very well make her way on over to trials. Or I'm sorry, to Worlds this August. All right. Double checking here to see if I see any other notes from our friends. Thank you, guys. I just saw eager ones popped in. El Champagne, Poppy. And we're starting to see the time crunch here. Oh, man. Mo Black gonna need to come up on a sweep at the very least to win this match. This is so tough to get out of this position. I mean, Helena putting on good pressure, attacking with a crossface here. Up, Mo. Yep. If there's ever a time, watch the neck, though, Mo. If there's ever a time to stake your stand, you're going to watch out for that guillotine, and you're going to have to get a takedown here, and the points are going to be harder to do unless you can do it in these 30 seconds. Helena dragging down with the front headlock, trying to keep the distance here. Mo has to get out and has to get a takedown if there's even a thought of making it to ADCC this August. Helena continuously sprawling out, making it difficult for Mo to get out of this front headlock, literally almost dizzying to watch. And yet, she's 5 seconds away, and she's going to end up in top. And Mo is going to take her to time, but is going to lose out on those 2 points. Ladies and gentlemen, going to this year's ADCC, Helena Crevar. We love Mo. We have much respect for her. Helena, a young superstar in her own right. I mean, definitely a reversal of the way that you saw things play out. The only difference here is that apparently this one matters more because they only do the one ticket. So that's a little bit different. It's hard to get excited for that one aspect of it. But nonetheless, very impressive by Helena, who was able to make a huge, huge improvement from the last time we've seen her. And if you recall, the last time we saw her, Mo, when she told me about it, she was like, when she conceded that sweep, she knew that she had it. This time, didn't opt to do that. Worked really hard to improve herself and her standing on the feet. And as a result, now will be going on over to ADCC very soon. It's a wild sport, everybody. So right now, our reaction, obviously, we're pulling for our friend, but we accept the outcome, and we know we just in the future would hope to see East Coast Trials have a little bit more weight than just a good seed. But should be noted, both Amanda and even Helena. Helena is a repeat in this as well, since it's a repeat there, so we should give props. We have 4 women who were able to replicate their success from their previous trials efforts on the East Coast, so let's not forget that. But yes, they just did a plug for the next Who's Number One, and no, we're going to 55, so yep, we're staying on the women's. We're going to finalize that out, which friend of the show, Alex Enriquez, is making her way back on out. If you guys have questions, comments, and concerns, hit me in the comment section. All right, let's see what things have taken place on the socials. It says, is J-Rod right now? No. Anyone know what's happening in the men's division? So, Thomas, just so you know, they've consolidated down to just one. For the finals, they go down to singles. So, there you go. Rubber match at Worlds. It's the easiest decision, even not from a sporting perspective, just basic promotion. Yeah. It's just a waste. I think the hardest thing is when I interview them, I always like to interview the winners and give them their props. For the women, it's always like, congrats. And it's just annoying because it'd be different if I didn't get to tell the dudes, you get to go to the dance. The dudes you get to go. Instead, it's we're excited for what you did. Your accomplishment means something. Alex Enriquez making her way out first. So stoked to see this. And you said, I think Helena is 17. Egghead, you might know more than me on this. I thought she was 17 last trials, or 2 trials ago, or I don't even know, but I thought she was at least 18. Either way, young champion for a long time, and trials winner, and I think she's going to be terrorizing that division for a minute. So it'll be interesting to see how she plays out. What's up, Ryan? What's up, quarterback? How'd you get the name quarterback, I guess is the question. That's an impressive achievement, by the way. Because if you think about it, getting the name quarterback when there are people who play football is just impressive. Unless you you could play football too, but still, I can't imagine all the people you beat out to get that. All right, my friends, like, comment, subscribe. Can't say that enough. Join us on our Instagrams at Grappling Hour. Join us on our Twitch at Grappling Hour. Join us on our YouTube at Grappling Hour. Join us on our Facebook at Grappling Hour. Do you see a pattern? We try to make it as easy as possible for you to watch along and join with us in every single way possible. So hopefully we are seeing you guys join us for all these different avenues and aspects. But in the meantime, we are watching these finals, and we do know that things are coming up very shortly. So Alex Enriquez about to go to work. Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Okay, so this is going to be a very fun match. We've teased it before. So Alex Enriquez, when she came on the show, told me as follows. I don't know if you recall the moment where I'll pass your guard any way I want to, bitch, from Fionn Davies. I asked Alex Enriquez about it, and she said, Jasmine Rocha, I know her. She's a great competitor. I've liked competing against her. But I know why she's doing that. She says no one else is going to be the heel in the sport, so I might as well be it. And she's like, I get it. I respect it. But I want that match with her. I like competing against her, and I think she's great. So now to get this match on this stage, to get that opportunity to go to one of the biggest opportunities in the world, there's already something there. And Rocha's already looking to try and get a triangle here. Alex Enriquez, not in danger just yet, but you do see the active guard from Jasmine starting to get really active, and the referee already telling them, we're going to situate you back to the middle of the mats. So there is that already happening there. So that's just the story build for that, in case you were wondering why it is that this has some heft to it, but also some respect between these mutual athletes in this realm. What's up, Gabo? And then coming back over this way, if you're just joining us on the Twitter, go ahead and shoot us a follow on there. We'd love to have you join us. Ooh, nice elevation there by Jasmine, who could have gone to chase for a takedown, but is going to continue playing from guard. I think Alex Enriquez has a very good wrestling game, and I probably don't want to try and play that game with her. If you're already at guard and you feel very strongly about your ability to isolate and get these finishes, I think this is kind of where you want to stay. Ooh. The frames over on the shoulder here. Enriquez kind of playing it very coyly, making sure she's not over-committing, I guess I should say, to any of these positions. Rocha on the excellent isolations on here. So the way that she continues to lift up Alex Enriquez has been very, very impressive throughout this. Enriquez kind of trying to force her way over with a guillotine here. Not determined yet if that's going to have some play here. Rocha's trying to trap the leg. And she's out of immediate submission danger, but that might give Enriquez at least an unhook to play with to try and come up and go for that. I think they're now going to the coach's cam. So they're showing you what Wagner is yelling out to his daughter in this particular situation. Alex Enriquez tries to sneak away to get a pass, doesn't get it, gets pulled back into a guard. It's a very tense thing. We have gotten notes from those in attendance that said you've basically been able to hear pins drop. It is not what you want, no.
There should be a lot of excitement in the room.
And it says,
fucking mind with every single time someone passes, they don't lose submission. People should be losing it. It gives people more energy to keep going and keep fighting hard.
Apparently, we've got the audiences from Pride in Japan who are just kind of like, but I think it's probably gotten a little rowdier since, but hard to say without any kind of inclination. It's 4:30 with time. So we're about 35 seconds away from points. I wonder at that point if you see a little bit of change in direction here. But Alex Enriquez has just been darting some of these guillotine attempts. And Jasmine really seems to be telegraphing that she is looking for an opportunity to get a leg. There's a slight eye poke there. Jasmine and her play it off. Safe, fair game.
Yeah, when you're shoving somebody.
It is going to happen.
Someone's sitting up at the same time.
Even when people do that to me, I go, ugh, you dick.
No one ever does it to me. I don't sit up like that.
Dude, I've had it where people just trying to pass guard. They're like, eh.
Have you ever gotten the face stiff arm a lot?
Oh, the face stiff arm. That. Yeah, that sucks.
I've seen a lot of forearms to the face today.
It says at least Amanda didn't get airlifted out.
That was
Yeah.
That was a half airlift.
I mean, she definitely got bodyguarded out, though. So I will give her that. But I don't know, man. Amanda's a very, very incredible grappler. So we do wish a very speedy recovery to her. Just need. Woo! Almost. That's almost. I think that's a big moment. But, ooh, what a great wrestle up moment. And you see Enriquez is in danger of losing some points right now and getting her back taken. There are hooks here. And she's going to have to be very cautious about anything that happens in this particular case. Jasmine Rocha is actually very close to her dad. So there is a very closeness to her coaching, similar to how MMA stars like to have their coaches right next to them against the cage. There's a body triangle. There's a submission attempt here. There's a little bit of a face crank. Enriquez is very much in danger. She has to address this. Is the body triangle in? She does have grips over it. So just kind of like one hook over.
Doesn't this count as oh, it does. Yeah.
No, she doesn't. She has 3 points. So yeah, I guess she's going to switch to a body triangle in a second here.
It's just the leg.
It's just on the inside. So the inside does work. Oh, shit. That is a possible submission here. She doesn't quite have the grip. Alex Enriquez is fighting it off, and she does manage to get out of that initial danger. She has 2:17 to respond. Woo! Y'all, concerning right now. Very concerning. What's up, Black Belt Smith? What's up, Alberto Crane? What's up, Garmo? David Garmo, you were busy, bro. You were doing tons of work. Good to see you popping in to say hello. Yeah, Rocha's putting that pressure on the hips, trying to get exposure. Enriquez still not giving up the back entirely, but that body lock is going to be a lot to come through. What? A Rocha being aggressive? Yikes. Who knew? Man.
Who knew he was steadily training an assassin all this time?
I mean, not just...
Compete, he was steadily training this future savage.
Well, not just one, two. Achilles had a great run. The dude. Achilles Rocha was competing also this weekend. He had a very solid run. Didn't make it
to around 32?
No, I think he made it to today, but I don't know how much further he did. Thank you. Appreciate your ability to do that, sir. All right. Yes.
He lost to Elder Cruz.
And when did that happen?
Ref decision about 182.
Probably what? Quarters is when that happened? It says Garmo, the Gilly King, best dressed man in grappling. Yes. Jasmine trying to make a statement here to get a submission win. And she gets the tap on Alex Enriquez.
That's an impressive win.
Oh my God.
You can celebrate.
Yeah.
You earned that. She basically did dominate that match. I didn't really see a whole lot of offense off of Alex.
It was tough. Once you get your back taken like that. So heartwarming to see Vector happy. Jasmine?
Yeah.
She's competed before.
Okay. Is this the first time she's won trials?
This is her first trials win. Congratulations. I want to point this out. It is an impressive win. Alex Enriquez, one of the most entertaining, captivating, tough people out there. The observation I have is this. Every one of the women that won ADCC Trials East Coast, where you don't advance, is not advancing. They did all make it to the finals. They just don't get the opportunity to go to trials. Something doesn't feel right about that. That's not to take away the victories of the 3 new women who have won trials. It just is, I don't know. I wish I could celebrate more in the victory, because the nice part is you love to see people have those stories where they win and they go on, they do something great. It just speaks to the nothingness of both the ability to win one trials, replicate the success, and just come up short at the second trials. And yet, they have to be the first people in line to get one of those invites should anybody get injured. They have to be the people that you look to next. There is no question about it. Those are your next people that you go to. Annoying. Fuck off with your fucking here for you, hello Brightline commercials. This isn't the shit I want. Boo. Boo. It says, sorry, Raph, I've been reliably informed that it is literally impossible to have full brackets for women. Okay.
What does that mean?
That's the argument for why it's difficult to have, instead of 8 women brackets, with a 16 bracket. Just too hard. Impossible to do that. Bobby's trying to make a point through irony, and it still hurts. Fuck Bobby. It sucks. Sucks to see. Like, it's funny. I see myself on playback just subtly having to take it in and be like, yep, it's a thing. We have to deal with it. Thus, we move on.
Is that really like people's legitimate argument why they don't do 32?
I think the idea is they're saying, like, it is whatever the demand is. So if there were more women competing, which I think we're going to slowly start to see.
Absolutely. I mean, it's increased dramatically over the years.
Yeah. It's just that I think the rationale for it is so ridiculous. I don't know. Oh, shit. Here's the note I got. It says, I've never seen Will Tackett look mean, but he did now backstage. He is locked in.
Yeah, when you make it to the finals, you have to become a different kind of animal.
You absolutely have to. Got a note here. It says, are any of the finals over? If so, what are the results? El Champagne Poppy. We've got Michael Pixley. We've got Michael Perez. We've got Mitrovic. We've got Jasmine Rocha, who just advanced right now. And we have in the other division, it was Helena Crevar. So those are your 5 ADCC trials winners right now, who will all be making their way to the big dance. Yeah. It's been an interesting day. Let's put it that way. But we have a lot of friends on the show that you just take a moment and you go, damn, dude, that sucks. So we're in a slight feels, but we're going to get amped up because this match between Tackett and one J-Rod is about to be fighter. What's that?
Because I can't look at that monitor because it's ahead.
It is 40 seconds ahead. Do you want to turn that one off?
You think that's best? Because we already know what's going to happen.
Yeah. It served a purpose while we were doing the show.
Yeah.
But now it's just going to give away shit. Any hoodles. My salt levels are about to be even higher now. Absolutely. And guys, if you want some high adrenaline action, this is the one. This is the one right here. I mean, just think about it. The fact that we have seen these 2 young men compete at trials before. Both of these are trials winners. Both of them play high impact games. Tackett, Rodriguez. I mean, every time I see Rodriguez get a grip, he's able to kind of move around Tackett. So he's been very consistent with it. And I mean, the bigger size on Tackett I like. A nice shot in. He's got a single leg here. Tackett looking to take for a little bit of a back take here. He's off just a little crooked, but it's giving him some opportunity. Has the akin of almost an octopus hold. Isn't going to lose it. Looking for a back triangle here. Instead, J-Rod now going to take the opportunity to play from up top. J-Rod looking for a choke. Doesn't quite get it. Tackett going into immediate movement. swaying around and now just playing from guard. 6:52, so that was only a minute's worth of action. Tackett looking to maybe attack the legs, almost doing a kind of makeshift kiss the dragon, looking to extend the legs, coming through, coming on up, wrestles up. Yes, now has the back waist, the same grip he had lost just a few seconds ago.
Right here's where people should have been stomping in their feet like, yeah.
This is what I want to see. This is what I want to know. Amazing. So now we're in kind of a little bit of a rolling situation. Tackett playing a little bit of a tripod, posturing up, has one grip kind of underneath. He does pass the guard. Now we aren't at points, so this is all the sub-only portion, but if you're William Tackett, you want to make all of this time miserable for J-Rod and work your way to a submission. This is not somebody whose gas tank you want to let off on. You want to make sure that you're taking it away from one J-Rod if you have this opportunity. But my goodness, what a hot fucking start to this fucking match, man. Like this is fire. This is a great way to start off a match. So let's see here. Extra thick noodle. That's what I'm doing because I'm thinking about my reward to self.
We got Oliver Taza versus Andrew Tackett.
Yes, sir.
Followed by Deandre, Corbe, and Keith.
Yes, sir. It says, even Gordon said Helena has grown Mangriff's strength. Okay. I don't know how much of whatever Gordon says I trust in terms of that. I just know she got better at what she does. I think that's a weird moniker, by the way. Yeah, it's a weird inverted sort of guard. Ooh, Tackett recognizes he's got a leg. He's going to be going for an attack here. Toe hold, maybe thinking about switching on over, posturing. You're seeing J-Rod under duress. There is a toe hold. I think he's just pulling on it, and he gets the tap off of it.
Oh, my God.
Wow. You know, listen, the creativity and the wanting to close it on out and knowing that is going to be one of the weaker aspects of J-Rod's game. What an incredible moment there by young William Tackett, who becomes a two-time trials winner. Well done here, William Tackett. And obviously, just stoked beyond belief. And if you think about it, the Tacketts aren't done. We see the Tacketts back in finals form here in just a second. A show of respect between both of those gentlemen as William heads on over to his family with celebration hugs and lifts. What a great moment with this Fight Factory family.
A lot of energy to Andrew.
If you're Andrew right now,
He's gonna be pumped.
you especially, this is, wow.
In that first couple minutes, I imagine. You better be ready for that.
What a moment. What a, Jesus Christ. Imagine, like, I can't even, yeah.
I thought he was gonna break his leg right there.
And you know what? You think about it. When he got the grip here, you may not be able to do that. So with the toe hold, if you don't have like your knees to create that pressure, the pressure he created was by sending the knee into the ground, almost like you would a wrist lock, to basically compound the pressure on top of it. What a fucking moment. Oh my God.
Fan of the audience, none of them are like after that submission. I saw a couple just reserved claps. This is some high level jiu-jitsu you're not going to see other places, and you're going to give a golf clap? Please, wake up, people.
I'm being honest with you, man. I'm looking at this and I think to myself, what would I be doing too? Like, I don't even know how I would be.
The only one doing it. You're going to be like that weirdo where it's all quiet and someone's like, yeah.
What a day, man. Oh my goodness. Spicy ground pork or pork cashew? I mean, I usually just get the spicy pork. All right, I think that's looking pretty good on the order here. I'm just trying not to order the wrong thing. The hardest part was when you're on air is that sometimes I've made mistakes and I go, yep, that was dumb. I shouldn't have ordered that. But I'll tell you this right now. I'm definitely adding things for a very big order for myself because this is a special occasion, you guys. Not every day you have a trials situation. So I'm ordering myself a baller meal befitting of a baller. Oh, you know what? I added, oh, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think I've ever seen this much for one order of of ramen. Let me see what my discount is before I go any further.
Yes. Let's stay on the infinity shot.
Oh, no.
Slowly zoom out the infinity shot.
If you guys are joining, I appreciate. Hey, Jake. What's up, brother? Jake is going to be competing at the upcoming Subversive, which yours truly will be a part of on the production team. And it says, did Keith K go already? Keith is going to be charged with closing out the night. So, I mean, listen, bro. It's going to be a really good match. So I'm super stoked for that. Promotion's a little cheap, but yeah, it's a one-time thing. Oh, is that what I got? I got that promotion. You guys have any other promotions up? Oh, my 30% off doesn't work at fucking Jinya. Boo. They think they're better than discounts. You think you're better than discounts? It's so funny. Yeah, we're doing that one. All right, place order. Nah, I'm just not going to look at it.
I just hate that they have this like spectacular entrance way with lights and fog machines, but there's no energy in the crowd.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe they're sleepy from something.
It's hard, dude. It's hard to maintain that energy, one might say. So maybe these people are spent. Maybe, listen, you and I have had the comfort of sitting here the entire time, like here and at another gym. These people have been out there. Some of them have been fighting for their lives, almost trampled. Maybe, just maybe, they're a little bit tired.
You're not being trampled. Sorry about that.
It says, I'm about to fail at that toe hold in training so many times. Trev, BJJ, you and me both.
That was gnarly.
Now that I'm thinking about it, now I know a couple people I do want to hit that on. So thank you for that. It says, I feel like William has been overshadowed by Alex the last 2 years. So this is very big for him. No, I don't know about that. I think William's gotten his shine. He is a trials winner before and an overall beast. He's just growing into being the man that he is now, dude. Like, he's that guy. Like, he has grown into a very comfortable area for him.
Have there been other brothers that made it to ADCC like this?
Trials? I feel like probably the Estima brothers. I'd have to double check that. Because I start to think about them.
Like an elite group of brothers.
Yes. Jiu-Jitsu meme says, Raf, stream flow with your glasses. Look at this. King Suck Up over here is telling me to get in trouble. How dare you?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yep, he wants me to do one of these. Like, and get the poker glasses where they reflect sort of like Kim Kardashian showing.
Yeah, I guess you get some sunglasses.
I know, man. Yep. I don't see you doing that on your channel. You first, fam. All right, looking at this way. Thank you guys for joining us. We have 2 more matches. So we have Taza and Tackett. And then to close it on out, we are going to have Keith Krikorian and Deandre Corbe. So wild way to finish out the days. And it's not so far ago that Keith Krikorian was a trials member who won in his own right. And you know what's great is I do remember the last time that William Tackett won, Keith won, and both of them had grinded their way after multiple appearances in finals. Nice little fighting attack there by one. Woo! Continuing motion by Tackett. Yeah. Andrew Tackett, I mean, listen, that's a risky-ass move, but didn't give a shit. That dude was looking for every angle there possible. You know what? You guys just justified that that little extra ramen that I ordered for myself. Thank you guys for that. Let me just double check here. Ooh, my ramen will be here at 7:05. I think that's actually pretty good timing.
That's actually probably perfect.
Yep. So hoping for the best here. Lots of love and appreciation to all of you who have been following along. Cam just followed us back. That's what's up. Shout out Cam Hurd. Shout out Garmo Flow. All right. This is interesting because Taza is a seasoned veteran as well. He's had a lot of very good experiences competing in the past, but it's a very good back and forth. Here's why. Taza's had like grind sessions to make it to the finals, whereas Tackett has been bazooka energy, like right out the gate. And it goes to show you the differences between somebody who has kind of reserved energy, knows how to play the game, and a kid that just has energy for days and says, nah, let's keep this going. I don't even give a shit. I've got controlled energy for days. I'm young. I'm going to try and put it on you. And now working from side control, I'm going to make sure you feel miserable this entire time. So what's up? I see you over here, Angel. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Good to see so many of our friends joining us here today. Tackett looking for the back. Taza moves just in time. Now, instead of letting him take a guard position, Tackett very nicely flows into a top side. Taza look for a second to take the leg, and you're seeing Tackett move very quickly, and he's going to have to be very careful here. Taza is incredibly good at attacking the legs. So this is a very good strategy by Taza, and there is 26, and he's trying to run away and just found himself stuck like glue. Taza actually coming up for a few more seconds. If I was Taza, I don't know that I want to stand up before we get to points. I think this might be a very risky strategy coming back on up right now because you have somebody with energy for days. He snatches the single, comes for the takedown, and yet Tackett, not concerned in the least, finds his way on out, and they reset them back to the center of the mats. So this is going to be interesting. 401, we're a second away from points, and now we're at points right this second. And guess who shoots in immediately? Gets stuffed, but I think he's getting his timing. Now Taza's going to try and wrestle with him. So maybe that's a strategy from Taza, seeing if he can get that takedown. He did get that snatch single, but guess what? Every time he gets that snatch single, I think he's letting him do that. As you can see, he's trying to set up that Darce. I think it was a bait by Tackett, and Tackett now coming in for a very good cradle, trying to take him down, using that forcefulness, and says, get the fuck back up. This is what's up. Oh my God. This is why we love the fucking Tackett brothers. Oh my God. What an invitation. Oh, almost with the takedown. And you are seeing Tackett trying to run from it. He is using some evasive maneuvers and may still end up on top, but he has to watch his legs. So he may be using this, using, and oh my goodness, just in the most ridiculous way, may have Ollie Taza's back. Yes, he does, but he needs to get, he does have the 3 points right there, you guys. So that is going to give it right now a little bit of an advantage to Andrew Tackett. Now, not only is it points here, but just having someone trying to attack you with a back attack, listen, Taza's grinded out really bad positions, so he can be in bad spots. But when you're behind 3 points, you have to do something pretty incredible to get those back. So you're looking at either a submission win or to try and even things out right now. 85 folks joining us on Twitter. Don't understand it, but love you guys. Give us a follow if you are enjoying this commentary. He has the back yet again. So I wonder, you should be able to spam that attack. I think because he opened up his legs and let him out for a split second, if he holds it and continues on, he should be able to rack up another 3 points, I thought.
That's how that works?
I believe that is how you can do it.
The body triangle?
If you open the body triangle, you should be able to return back to extra points on that. But the thing is, he doesn't have the points. Now he has the points.
Nothing's changed. I mean, he's already had them.
Give him a second. The points don't happen automatically. So this is something that I have seen them explain in the rules meeting. But as you know, ADCC is very slow to award points. So we'll see. Could be wrong. That's just what I have seen them say in the rules meetings. At least that's how they held it when I watched the rules meetings in previous times. So we'll see.
I mean, could just control this back control for another minute and 20 seconds.
I'll be honest with you. If they don't give you the points right now and you're still able to control them right then and there, I think you're in good standing.
He's in full control, right? Well,
I can't see it, but is the William Tackett win as emotional as Jacob Couch? No, Jacob was a mess. William was just super happy. William was like Care Bear happy. That's kind of like, wee, yay. Jacob Couch was like Rocky, Yo Adrian happy. Very different. The meows. Thank you for that, Trev BJJ. I was wondering. I was like, these are very specific things because all I can ever think about is who have I seen compete at like ADCC together. So then you think like, oh, I think I've seen Braulio and I think I've seen Victor, but that was a long time ago and it requires me to fact check. To going to actual brothers, I know it exists. Yeah. It's just I can't see the spreadsheet as clear in my head. So whenever people ask me like very interesting things like that, like questions, I go, photo memory. Yeah. I can see the name on that Wikipedia page.
Doesn't have wireless disturbance for that wireless camera.
Yep.
It happens. Wireless is a little bit.
I mean, sketchy. Dude, wireless is fucking tough to use. Anybody who works in production knows. The Tacketts giving love to young Andrew Tackett. That is, ladies and gentlemen,
that's one happy family.
That is an incredible moment for the Tackett family. You have two members of the family going to ADCC. You know what? For MacTube, who was asking, what did it feel like to see William Tackett get his hand raised? Yeah, sure, it was emotions. But the one that plays to the crowd, the one that always is a little bit of a showman, you always get that with Andrew Tackett. And by the way, a sweetheart of a kid. I gave him shit because on Who's Next, the reality show, he kept calling this dude who was 10 years older than him. He was like, dude, he's like old. He's ancient. And I was like, on behalf of all old people, no. Don't do that. And he's like, oh, man, I feel like I have to apologize to all these old people. So, yes, we're going to see right here. I'm getting information right now. It says Taza leaving the mats on his own. His corner already left.
His corner left? Who was his corner? What kind of...
I mean, who do you think it is?
Up, man. That's messed up.
That's the New Wave team. So that's Danaher and that.
Like, I don't support losers.
Oh my God! Look at him. For a split second, I thought he was like at the club right now.
I thought he was on somebody's show. That's why he was so high up.
Wow.
Well, congrats to the brothers. Hard fought, well deserved.
And I mean, listen. So okay, Cade and Ty as well. So this is so. Hold on. This is again where I have to see the spreadsheet in my head. I have to see the thing. So I know they both competed at it.
No, but I think won their division.
So that's where I think. Won different trials. I think.
No, I'm talking about the same.
But this again, everybody's asking for very weird particular subsets. It doesn't matter if it was two different trials. It doesn't matter if it's two different trials. Here's why. Because you still end up at the same dance. It'd be different if it was more significant.
Okay, you're right. They both make it to 80.
I see over here, El Shepe and Poppy says, my doppelganger Octavio is there. Hey. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say which one of you is better, but one of you is here. So he says hello. Okay. It says, bro, my God, the Tacketts being Care Bears is the most accurate description ever. You're welcome. And it says, can't wait until I move to Cali. Egghead, you're coming to Cali?
He's taking over.
Live sports, so much more convenient when you're on the West Coast. You know, Egghead, it's going to be great to have you here, bud. So we welcome you here in California. I am an ambassador to Los Angeles, SoCal.
New York?
Egghead is, well, I don't know. I was just going to assume he's part of the Brandon McCatherine crew out in Alabama. Egghead, where are you moving to? And where are you from? I guess I don't know these things. You tell me. And where are you going to live? Because I want to know where you're going to train. Because, like, you should come train.
He wants to know detail.
Yeah, bro. I'll pull this fucking broadcast over to get to the bottom of this shit. So what I was saying before you had these two workhorsemen in William Tackett and Keith Krikorian, both advancing after multiple missed shots. It could be that we see it happen again. The Flow guys are joining in with the Tacketts on the celebrations. No shit, of course they are.
The Flow guys, what do you mean, like the promoters?
I think the team, the Flow Grappling team. Well, that's not a surprise, because guess what?
In on them to do what? Like, we did it.
We did
it. Yeah.
Could you imagine the Flow team being like, We did it! Yay! We're going. We did it! Like, yay, William. Like, wait, hold on. How do you feel about this?
Let me hold the medal. Let me put the medal on.
Like, this is tough. Well, I'm not Flo, so that I guess I could get away with it. But I'd like to wonder if, like, let's say we're there with Keith. I think I would be hard pressed not to give him a hug. I just like to think in my brain, I'm like 25th on Keith's hug list. Like, Gio and Boogie probably should get there before me, kind of a thing.
Also, are you talking about the production team?
I'm talking about guys from Flo. Yeah, I don't know if it's but I mean, but technically,
the event.
Technically,
I've seen a lot of friends compete at EDI combat, and I don't stop my job to go. We did it, man.
Could you imagine the cameraman's right there, like, "Hey, come here, bud. Oh shit, hold on, bud. Yeah, we got to bring this back on up." This is so amazing. Oh my god, this is killing me. It says, "I don't know if I'll have time to call back in tonight. Please don't hate me." Oh, you're so fine. Don't even worry about it. All right, Laura Kent just told us she will probably not be calling back in tonight. We have zero issue with that. It is late where she is at, and she is awesome. So, yes, Keith Krikorian, Deandre Corbe, this is your final match of the night. And let's just be cards on the table. Keith is our guy. Deandre Corbe, I hope you understand this is not against you. It's just we got history with Keith, and he's a friend. So if he does win, I can promise you we will be celebrating with him virtually because apparently Flo just showed us you don't have to have any kind of impartiality. So fuck it.
Flo being partial to one person?
No. You know what? The reason why they got up and celebrated with them, they're like, money, yay.
Well, we are gonna make some money.
Silly Muslim says, and this is, by the way, a very funny name. It says, share your stream. No. Give me money. That's a better one. That's what I should start saying to all these guys, right? Give me money.
No, you share the stream.
You share the stream. You go do it. You do something. All right. Keith is already working from a half guard here. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back up in a split second. Maybe looking to try and keep that pressure off. And this is tough, dude, because here's what we should know. In this particular juncture.
Keith has an advantage?
No, because he pulled guard.
Oh, that's a disadvantage.
So if you pull guard in finals in the first few minutes, it is actually a disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sucks, man. It says, would be crazy if they both face Rutolos. Yeah, absolutely. It says, I'll come train. I'll be further south, more offline in 3 weeks. Oh, we'll talk. And it says, we did it. Yeah. Oh, no. The group is definitely, the chat is feeling very spicy about me showing Flow Grappling cheering with them. We did it is so funny. We did it. We 100%.
You're going to show someone getting tapped and fall the burger. We did it. We won.
There's nothing funnier than that. Thank you, guys. All you do is encourage my bad behavior, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, what's up? Yo, everybody on Twitch. Good to see you guys. Thank you guys for showing up out of nowhere. Yeah, you could tell this is the finals because we're getting people showing up left and right. So, yeah.
Is he playing?
Y'all showed up super late. We've been here, fam. So, in case you're wondering, my name is Rafa Sparza. I host this show. It's called The Grappling Hour. You guys can check us out on all platforms at Grappling Hour. Right now, we're watching our friend Keith Krikorian. He is working at a disadvantage at -1 right now. So, that means essentially, I think if you have points, you could potentially neutralize yourself out of it. But we'll see how that goes. That usually comes into play if we get to like a ref's decision or something. Keith is kind of going a roundabout way of almost getting a closed guard, but instead targeting a leg. He has a leg. Keith Krikorian passing it on over to the other side. Could be in on a heel hook here. This could be important. If Keith can keep this, he's starting to set it up very nicely. He is wailing out. He is trying to get it. He platforms it to the other side. The Corbe is definitely trying to keep himself safe. Try to keep it back and forth. Keith then postures it over to the other side. He is looking for a split second to maybe attack here. This, in a particular juncture, is actually a little bit better for the time being for Deandre. This is actually keeping Keith at bay. Now, mind you, we are just a few seconds away from points. Keith trying to get some momentum by closing the legs, triangling it. They're in transition, had a split second to maybe start attacking it, has a grip around it. And I got to tell you, this is where Keith excels. Keith can stay on this leg and be very, very dangerous from here. Ladies and gents, I don't love this opportunity for him, but instead, Deandre looks to take the back. Keith stays out of it momentarily, and yet we are at trials. Keith's back is compromised at the minute, and we are at points. So Deandre Corbe looking with a seatbelt grip. There are no points just yet, but if he gets these hooks on over, Keith will have to contend with it. But I think right now, Keith has to be very cautious about that arm. There is a triangle, and there could be danger for young Keith Krikorian. This is a rough space to be in. So just to let you guys know, Deandre Corbe is starting to take out the base of Keith Krikorian, and yet it's getting a little bit dangerous. He has the 3 points right now. So referee checking in on Keith, making sure things are on the up and up here, and they are very close. There is a back take, and Corbe has Keith. There is a possibility Keith might be able to shake him off, but this is going to be very tough to do. Deandre Corbe kind of resetting his position, getting the hooks back in, and sinking in just a little bit further. So it is 3-0 right now, Deandre Corbe. This is it's not a great position if you're Keith. We're going to need to get out of this particular position. And it said, who pulled? That was Keith Krikorian, and it says double trouble position. I mean, listen, we're beyond that now. We're at a back take at this point. So that is old news, unfortunately. So we're rooting for our pal to be able to get out of this position, but it is a tough task to ask, my friends.
Well, he's really good at escapes. That
So
was his big thing for a long time.
let me go back to this. Is Keith 10 Planet's last hope? He is the last person from 10th Planet. I don't understand why you keep going to this weird tribalism. At this point, we're just looking at people who are going to advance here because, as you can see, if we believe the reports out there, even if you're from New Wave, your team will leave you, even if you are the top of the field. So there is that. And it says, did anyone beat Jordan Hawley? Yes, clearly they did because he is not here.
He did.
Yes. But he also didn't win third place. The other Corbe brother did end up taking third place. So 1:39 left to go here.
Oh, he
got the point. So maybe that was the unhook of the legs, and now he did it a little bit better. Maybe there was that actual reset that we were talking about as an opportunity because it did just happen in that space. There's 1:24 left to go. So the opportunity for Keith to go back to ADCC slowly diminishing here unless he can beat this time. It's going to require a Herculean effort, honestly, to get out of this. Now with the body triangle, it is entirely possible that that is a reset of position to give you back there. I don't know. I think that's going to stay with those regular 3 points. So it says Taza was only a junior member. That's why. That's bullshit. I don't even want to entertain that as a joke. I just don't like that as a thing. A little stunned silence here at the broadcast. We're hoping the best for our friend, but we are 40 seconds away from the possibility of seeing Deandre Corbe actually making his way to ADCC. And even sooner if he's able to finish a choke here. There's 29 seconds left. Keith, pretty much out of submission danger at the moment. It's just the ability to get out of a body triangle. That's the toughest part. Keith does find his way to letting him have the mount position, but he will be very much short on time.
still stuck in that body triangle.
Yeah. Man, he had it for a split second, but Corbe didn't want to let him get out in any way, shape, or form. And ladies and gentlemen, your negative 60 kg winner, Deandre Corbe.
Man, that breaks my heart seeing Keith. And I know how he gets after losing a competition. It's always like, damn.
I will say, if you've been there before, I think it's a little bit different. I think Keith knowing he did accomplish it once is better than never accomplishing it. The hard part is you still take the losses hard. Yeah. So I think it doesn't make it any less impactful. And again, looking at Deandre, like super emotion filled, an excellent performance by him, putting his stamp on the mats right now, just rightfully celebrating his moment. just crying, tears everywhere. He's going over to his family. And if you think about it, you had to beat your brother just to get that spot. His family hugging him right there, embracing. I don't see Flo going in on those celebrations. At least not yet, but maybe a little bit later they'll show up at the after party. Mo coming over to congratulate him as well. And the family just in a great moment for them. And I think you said this very well, which was, congratulations to him. Obviously, we're Team Krikorian, and we still are, always will be. But it is a monumental moment to get an accomplishment like this. And you see it over there. He's got his buddy with the Spider-Man hoodie.
Yeah, you can see that wasn't an easy match for him.
No,
you could tell that beginning couple minutes could have gone either way.
Just
he got the better position. He held on to it.
Hyper Syndicate says, "Let's go, Deandre." Well, he won. You guys got what you wanted on that one. That's pretty dope. It says Taza looks so good too. He needs to commit to his takedowns. He is better at them than he thinks. I want to kind of go off of that one, Becerra, which is, why is there a kid on the mat?
Yeah, why are you guys showing a random child?
First of all,
why are you following the random child?
Like, what are we doing here, fam? Let me come back to this comment, which is, I actually think there's evidence that he did try to do that. I think there's enough evidence to show that if you had somebody like a barreling gun, like a Tackett brother coming after you, you could have pulled guard in those first few minutes. Actually, you can't. So there's a negative advantage. So yeah, he's got it. He's got to stand up. But there was an opportunity for him to embrace maybe a little bit better of an aggressive guard pull and play from there. But instead, he really did stand up, and there was kind of a good underhook there. The problem is you had somebody with excellent base and youthful energy that keeps you balanced so well. Like Tackett, even when it looked like he could have been tripped, wasn't tripped. He was just fine. So for all of that and more, I have to say respect to him on that. I was actually pretty pleased on it. I don't know that you could make that happen if that's the case, or play that any better than you could in that particular thing. It says, I need Corbe versus Andre. Yeah. And it says, Flo's still in the back with the Tackets. This is still funny. This is still in the back. We still did it. We still did it. Yay. Flo. Oh. Tackets. Flo. You know what's so great is I hope they come for us. I hope they watch that footage. I hope someone clips that and sends that to them, because guess what?
Bring it, motherfucker.
Bring it. And you know what? Find me doing it with somebody. You know why? I'm not. I'm behind the desk like a true broadcaster. Boom. Take that, bitch. Got you. It says Taza just can't get over the hump. I think he's done more ADCC Opens than anybody. Sure. I mean, he's definitely at all of them. Taza's a slow grind, though, bro. He's somebody who's always showing out at these tournaments. So I don't think you've seen the last of him. And don't be surprised, you guys, if you see him pull up an invite still. Like, that's the thing I think people forget here. So that's why it's so important to keep your composure. If you're Keith Krikorian, somebody gets injured, you're one of the first calls. Absolutely. You have previous experience. You're one of the best active competitors. Same thing ever with, like, say, people like Elder Cruz, or you look at other individuals. Jordan Hawley has to be in that consideration too for extra individuals. I just think to myself, it's not the end of the road. It's just you don't get to celebrate tonight. And maybe you get new information, but if you're any of those athletes that's healthy, stay active. Stay active, stay vocal, stay vigilant. And I am getting word here that says Keith is really upset sitting against a wall. Yeah, I mean,
I knew what that was going to look like.
I have to be honest. You know, in years past, and we've talked about it, and I'm sure Keith would not. I'm sure Keith wouldn't necessarily feel this is out of pocket talking about, but I've talked to him after losses before, and I've only spoken at the luxury of being a friend, and just trying to remind them, like, hey, bud, I get it. The reason why you are like this is just because you care. So it's not bad. There's not anything I'm going to say that's going to make you feel better right now. And you're not supposed to feel better. You're supposed to live in this for like a day. It's how you respond to it that is going to determine what your next achievement is going to be. And we've been fine in that respect, but I feel like these are the moments you want to show an outpouring of love to them, but you have to give them their space. Like, all athletes respond to things differently. For example, the word that we have is, meanwhile, Elder Cruz is asking strangers for zins in the restroom. Zin is apparently the kids, they put that tobacco in. So that's what he's asking for. Yeah, chewing tobacco. They call it Zin. That's a new thing that people use.
So it's not called chewing tobacco anymore?
I think it's just a brand.
He's asking random people in the bathroom if they have chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
This specific brand.
Just interesting guy is probably the best tag you could have put for that. Let me see. It says Tackett has such good balance. He really does, man. Just an impressive performance by him all the way through. And yeah, Laura, you said you appreciate me. I appreciate you if you're still watching. Thank you so much for that. We're going to come up with rounding the bases here. You guys are still hanging with us, which is dope. I love seeing that. But I've been told, I was asked by one of our correspondents if we're still live. So we're going to give him a moment to go in and potentially come through. I'm keeping an eye on that. But you know who didn't come back? Oh, I love that somebody came through on the comments. Somebody goes, it's a nicotine patch, not tobacco. Thank you.
Well, that's way different. Is a nicotine patch a patch? The one you stick on?
Yeah.
So again,
No, wait. No, I've seen people with Zins in their mouth.
Well, again, how many people are carrying nicotine patches on them to just give out?
I don't know, bro.
In
Listen,
the bathroom?
I'm just saying, listen, I'm not going to pretend like I'm some sort of expert in this. I am an idiot when it comes to this stuff. I just have seen people when they're like, yo, you zinning right now? And I'm like, get the fuck off me, kid. I don't know what that is.
How did Elder Cruz do? Where did he place?
Did he take third? Let's check that one.
Well,
How did Keith lose?
didn't he just
Sub or points? It says pouch, brother. Okay, thank you. How did Keith lose? Sub or points? By points. Very controlling performance there by Deandre Corbe, and a really excellent one, by the way. So that's one. Nicotine salts pouch. Yeah, there you go. I like you, dude. I love the.
more common than what we think it is.
I want to tell you guys the fact that all of you guys are here commenting about Zins, but anytime I've asked for fact checks, they're all sponsored. They're all sponsored bots right now.
They work for the company.
I want to point this out, but anytime I've asked for like fact checking, unless it's Egghead, about like, yo, has there been a brother team? I got like one guy who goes, I actually think, what about the Rotolos? Everybody else, nicotine patch? Fuck you, Raph. You don't know shit. Engagement. Yeah, I know.
Elder Cruz got third. He beat Chris Wolf.
That's what I thought. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming through. I have some news. We do have a returning friend joining us right now. Anthony Horta has been on the sidelines, madman-like, at a capacity of performing like nobody else. Like, put both Tackett brothers together, you get yourself one Anthony Horta. And I'm telling you this right now, we are pleased and honored to have him back and joining us right now. Ladies and gents, welcome back to the show, one Anthony Horta. Anthony, how are you doing, brother?
You're doing a disservice. Thank you, but you're doing a disservice to the Tackett brothers, because there's no way I could move as often, as quickly, without any like hesitation or willingness to stop at all. I mean, Andrew Tackett, like, he blows my mind. I mean, he out-scrambled Taza. Taza is like notorious for just like sticking through scrambles, but wow.
Well, I didn't say that from a jiu-jitsu standpoint. I was saying it from a reporting standpoint. So, like, I was giving the metaphor, like, wow, you attack this game like a Tackett brother. Not like, yo, I've seen Anthony Horta. His wrestling is like,
Oh, yeah, no, definitely not. I will say this, though. I have rolled with Andrew Tackett before, and it would go exactly as you would expect. He was, this was like 4 years ago, so he might have been like 16 or something, and he was just surfboarding me consistently. Side control, neon belly side control. Just, I felt completely hopeless, and now I feel. And back then, I didn't really know about the Tacketts. I was there at Fat Factory just by happenstance, and I feel. Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say I had heard rumors about him when he was a blue belt, and I remembered being like, "Oh, I would love to roll with him." And somebody was like, "Oh yeah, we just missed each other, I think, one time." And then all of a sudden, people were talking about us now. He's been on the show a couple times. He's a good friend of the show. Now I'm like, oh no, I don't want to roll with him. Like, I have no business rolling with him. At this point, there's no reason to.
What's great though is that he brings this like exuberance. Like he's always smiling and laughing, and he's like, he's like a really positive and like good guy. But when you're on bottom and he's surfboarding on top of you and he has a giant smile on your face, there's nothing more crushing to the ego. Especially when it's like a teenager. You have like a teenager just like crushing you. I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. But,
fair enough. Talk to us a little bit about what you were seeing there live, sir, because you were sending in messages, you were letting us know things that we couldn't see on camera, and I think that was really, really important to this broadcast.
Yeah, so for one thing, just starting with the Tacketts, it's interesting that both Tacketts, really nice guys, but they have very different approaches in terms of like competition mindset. Will gets very much in stone cold, ready to kill mode, like focus. That smile that he always has on his face is gone, and he's just locked in, zoned in. Andrew is completely comfortable with it. In fact, he seems to thrive with the attention and the spotlight. He's happy. He's fixing his hair. I lost count, by the way, of the hair fixes during the match. There were at least 30, but he always plays to the crowd, and yeah, it's incredible. Like he's one of those like rare people, one of those guys like Marigali that just really enjoys being under the lights. And honestly, it's like that's a big part of why he gets here, like so consistently. He just does not freeze in the moment. It's crazy.
I did get a question for you, which is there any further updates on Kichuk?
I've seen him limping around, but his limp has deteriorated in it's gotten less bad throughout the day, right? So he was like limping very severely right after the match. And now I just saw him walking around, and he's like pretty decent. And
did he just Kaiser Soze it? Is he like faking it now? And is he like walking all regular at the end of the movie?
I don't know. I think, who knows what's going on there? I can't really say, but I just know that it's a good thing that it wasn't his knee, because, the ankle. I mean, it's weird, though. It is weird in this sport that we do this trade-offs, because it's absurd to also think about, like, oh, it is just his ankle. Like, it's not his knee, but, like, these are our joints that we're talking about, and it's like, yeah.
Well, speaking of which, we did see Amanda Leve unfortunately taking an injury, and you did mention that she was being helped off. Did you see any other evidence or any sort of information that we got from that?
Yeah, so it was a knee injury, and they were she was sat down, they were bracing it up. Anytime something like that happens, I worry that it's not just knee. I mean, like the worst case scenario, I think in these scenarios is like a fib break, and or like what happened to Kendall. I think Kendall, like, what was actually another thing about it? Kendall had a knee injury at Worlds.
Yeah.
And but you never really know with these things. But again, luckily just a knee, not a fracture. But on the overall hierarchy of injuries, I mean, this shit is still really bad and concerning, to say the least. And final update from what I've seen backstage is Keith. Keith looks devastated, and I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, Keith is like, one of the darlings of jiu-jitsu. Everyone loves Keith. He's a really cool guy and works so damn hard and has been at the spot. This is now his second place finish at trials, I believe.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
I was saying this to Octavio on the stream, and I was mentioning that the fact that Keith has actually accomplished it before makes us feel a little bit more like, no, we've seen it for him. But for an athlete to not get the result again, doesn't matter if you've done it before. It means you didn't get it now. And I think that's still hard to process, and I think it will take some time for him to get to that place. But you are right. It was heartbreaking. On the flip side of that, I don't want to take away from Deandre Corbe, who was able to control Keith, was able to get 6 points on him, and looked very commanding, and had to kill his brother just to get there.
Yeah. The Salamanca twins turned on each other.
I'm so glad that you gave that branding, by the way. Anthony, I know you said that was the last update over there, but overall impression of what you saw, like, what do you take away the most from what you've seen live in person at trials?
my biggest takeaway sort of starts a larger conversation about what we can do to make this more spectator friendly, because today has been awesome, right? But or at least the semifinals, the finals, right? As a product, it's easy to digest, right? But everything that came before this, as invested as we are in jiu-jitsu and as much as we love it, it's too much of a marathon clusterfuck to present it in a way that people are going to want to care outside of jiu-jitsu, or even people that do care are going to be willing to spend 10 hours of their Saturday watching. And it's weird because this is the pinnacle of the sport. There's nothing really more exciting than the ADCC, right? So I don't want to shit on it completely, and especially not having a viable alternative. But I think we really need to do something about these long trial days, especially if we want people outside the sport to watch it. No other competitive sport, you take your top 4 sports, they're not giving us 10-hour long packages to consume, right? They give it to us in 2-3 hour spurts, and so that's my takeaway. And it's probably not what you're looking.
Oh no, we just lost him. Oh no, Flo got him. Oh, okay, he's fine. Okay,
I'm back. I'm back.
For a split second there, I was like, yo, Flo got him. They were like, yeah, shut up. He's on rap show. Get him out of here. I want to point this out to you, sir. Your insights have been invaluable. I know we were talking off air about what it was that we were going to have you do. And I said, let's play it by ear. And I can tell you that you exceeded my expectations. I think that you provided a real insight that gave us a feel of what we were seeing, even when the screens went black, or things got laid, or that we were just sitting here wondering what the fuck is happening there live. So you were a very, very big part. And I don't think I say it as well as Egghead Warrior, but he did put it like this, where he said, Anthony is the MVP of the stream. And I have to say, I agree with him. So I cannot thank you enough, sir. What are the plans for the rest of the day? Are you going to get some food now and start resting? What is happening with you?
I'm going to, so I have a 5 a.m. flight out of here, right? So that's in 10 hours or so. So I'm going to find somewhere to vegetate and try not to die of secondhand cigarette smoke. That is my goal here.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm happy that you were able to do this coverage. I am sad that you have a flight back, because it means you're not going to be in California coming to train with us. So a little bit bummed that you did that. I'm just going to tell people you were too scared to come train.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That is true.
I'm hiding in Austin.
Yeah, one of the beds of jiu-jitsu where you're like, yeah, I guess I'll just go back to rolling with Chris Wojcik. Cool. Yeah, I could roll with Raph or Chris Wojcik. Who's it gonna be?
All right, Anthony, Raph. It was good talking to you, man.
A pleasure.
Also, thank you, Egghead.
Oh, Egghead, you're gonna give a shout out to Egghead for the compliment, right?
I've never had a shout out before in my life, so I have to give a shout out in reciprocation of that. So thank you, Egghead.
It's your first of many, my friend. So you did an excellent job. Go ahead.
Unless Egghead happens to be my mom with an alias, which I wouldn't be surprised by.
By the way, if your mom was tuning in right now, I'd be like, why are you still on this podcast? I don't understand. I would have, as a parent, just been like, good job, kid. I love my son. Out. Peace. But yeah, man, go get yourself some food, go rest, and have a very safe trip home. We cannot thank you enough. Ladies and gentlemen, superstar correspondent extraordinaire, one, Anthony Horta. Have a great one, sir.
Raph, thank you, man.
What a great kid. What a great moment. Becerra just said, I thought he broke his brother for a sec, and that was in reference to the Corbe brothers. You and me both, bud. We were all concerned there that Thanksgiving dinner was going to be really, really tough. To those of you still sticking around, I still can't believe it, but you are here, and it does make us feel very warm and fuzzy, but I have to tell you this. Our time here together is coming to a close. We do have some things to take care of, and I will say some words, but I will take a couple of these moments. I did see a lot of you. This was the most engagement I've seen. The most amount. Zyn is a pouch. It's a nicotine extract in a pouch. Goes in the mouth. It's kind of like Snoo or those old dip pouches, but it's only nicotine, not tobacco. Get this dude a peppermint 6 mgs and Chiato ASAP. Does Anthony want to talk about Zin? Ask him what his favorite flavor of Zins are. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Thank you guys for that. That made me laugh a lot. Last couple things, spectator friendly, PGF. Yes, PGF World. That is going to be a thing. And it says it wouldn't be ADCC without the emotion. Sometimes our faves lose, but that's the game. I mean, yeah, you put a camera on you, though. That's the last time you want to be around a camera. When you lose, you want to go in a hole somewhere. But guess what? Those cameras are right on you, and it is a difficult place to be. So there is that. Let's do this, you guys. I'm going to say the last couple things, and then we're going to get on to the transition. And I'm going to go eat my beautifully awaiting ramen, which is a very expensive ramen. One of the more expensive ramens I've actually put together. But I added extra everything, so I can either take it home or snack on it a little bit later. Thanks and congratulations. First, congratulations to all of the new trials winners. We will be reaching out to you. It is my hope that we will see you on the show sooner than later. You don't have to come, but it's great if you do. I really do appreciate it, and we get to know you and celebrate your accomplishments because a lot of you did some really dope shit, and if I have my way, we are able to give you proper acknowledgement before you go on over to the big dance in August. So again, August 17th and 18th. In case you're wondering what that means for us here, yes, we will be doing another live fight companion for ADCC Worlds, and that is happening August 17th and 18th. We will be probably back at the same two gyms, if we're being honest, but details to come in a few. Speaking of that, next week we return back here at Mama for 2 nights. That is Saturday and Sunday for Fight Companions of WrestleMania. We're going to have the guys over here. The boys are going to come watch. We'll do it all big and whatnot. So very appreciative of that and all of you guys. You may be asking yourself, Raph, are you doing a UFC Fight Companion for 300? The answer is no, because I'll be producing Subversive behind the scenes. So if you guys are watching, it's going to be on Flow Grappling. You can check it out there. Subversive Jiu-Jitsu. We have some great matches. I've gotten some updates as we have been going on. Couple other quick reminders. If you like my show, I hope that you do. Like, comment, and subscribe. In the comment section, if you see this a day or two beyond, go ahead and give us some nice notes or say something in the comments or whatever you want to say. If you want to tell us some more interesting facts about Zin, believe me, all ears in the comment section. You can like, comment, and subscribe that. Big thing, if you like, comment, and subscribe. We're just short of 1,000 viewers, subscribers, my apologies. That would mean the world to us here to continue blowing this thing up. Additionally, you can follow us on literally every social media page possible. We're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, at Grappling Hour, and I'm sure you'll be seeing clips coming up in the near future of all of our stuff. If you like my interviews, go on over to patreon.com/Grappling Hour. You can see 5 interviews usually per month. Technically, it's supposed to be 4. I only promised you guys 4. But just to give you an idea of how much work that we do, I want to show you guys a quick little thing here, which is just a little thing to maybe understand the type of work that we do here. I want you to check this out. This is the April schedule for the Grappling Hour. You'll see in this convenient graphic over here. Look at the amount of content that you get from us here at the Grappling Hour. So back on April 2nd, that is going to be on Tuesday, we'll return with another installment of Running the Gauntlet. Previously, you've seen Chris Wojcik and Alex Enriquez on that show, where we combine topics that are hot to the world and jiu-jitsu. So it's pop culture and jiu-jitsu and where they intersect. On Wednesdays, leading up to the PGF, you'll be able to see me doing some interviews, but more importantly, some great things with my friends Jake Watson, who is commentating today for ADCC. You probably didn't listen to him because you were here. And my good friend, Tim Freeman, who was a correspondent for us a little bit earlier in the day. We do a series called The Bullpen, which leads up to the PGF. If you look at the bottom of that sheet, the week of 21st of the April, you will see several days of the PGF. So you'll see on 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th, culminating on the 26th with a finale. So there's going to be a draft and doing some great things on that day. So please stay with us. In the meantime, the guests that we have this month, we have Eddie Bernal on Thursday. That'll premiere for everybody. You can also see Jake Babian, who was also in the comments section. You can also see Mike John, one of the individuals who competed and will be on PGF Season 6. Sean Yadamarco, who had a great run as well. Christian DeGuerro, a champion with the, I believe it's Up Next. Yeah, Up Next. No, Sparstar. Ooh, I commentate for that one. I should know that one. And Beto Arias. I've called him Berto on the stream, and my apologies for that. But yes, all of these individuals are interviewed, and they're already free, or I guess not free, but available to all the folks who watch us on our Patreon page. So they're already available to everybody else, but these are the free premiere dates. Additionally, reminder, Subversive, WrestleMania, and yes, that entire week, you'll see me hosting the pre and post shows for the PGF. So it's my hope you guys will come through and check out all those days. So look, I mean, listen, I don't ask for a lot, but if you go to Patreon, it's $5. $5 for interviews. I gave you 7. And for premium, you can see tape studies, fight breakdowns, a lot more stuff, people roasting my competition footage, all that jazz. So I'm just saying, I give you, I think, a pretty good bang for your buck. So check that out. That is at patreon.com/grappling hour. If you want to get this merch, which I hope that you do, check this out. It's a Grappling Hour hoodie. Head on over rafasparza.com/merch. That is a great help to us here. You can also get some t-shirts, one of which I'm wearing right now. Look at this. Boom. You can barely see it, but you know that same logo. It is right there. You can get a t-shirt for $25. A hoodie is $45. A combination of the two, $60. So rafasparza.com/merch, or go over to grapplinghour.com. I see a note here that says, are you doing a fight companion for EBI Absolute 10th anniversary? I think it's happening on a day I'm doing something. So I might not, but maybe we'll do like a recap version for that, or some kind of nonsense. I don't know. We haven't quite figured that one out yet. Last couple things I see here. It says, thanks, bud. Standard BJJ is legit. Great stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. Will you be contacting some of the winners to get interviews? Yes. And you just realized the answer to that as well. All right. That is pretty much everything there. I also want to thank the gyms. Thanks to our friends over at New Ground Jiu-Jitsu for allowing us to do our broadcast there yesterday. It was a great opportunity. Big shout out to my man, Michael Lobes Frosto, who is celebrating his birthday today. So very much love and respect that guy. And it was so nice of him to open up the doors. And to our friends over here at Milton Arguello, I can't do that right. There we go. You kind of, oh shit, my arm's in the way. All right. To our good friends over at Milton Arguello's Mixed Martial Arts Academy, thank you for letting us do the broadcast here. You may have heard some people hitting mitts and kicking mitts. It's because there was a class here today. That's how much they love us. They did it without music. They were very kind and respectful to us here. They were sharing the space with us, and I love and appreciate them for doing that. So my thanks to them. My thanks to our director, Octavio Villanueva, who is very sweet and staying with us all weekend. Look at this guy. Actually, you can't look at him. He refuses to be on camera. He never will. This dude speaks like he's the fucking Riddler over on the skyline. He's like, nope, never see me. You just see a voice. You hear a voice over on the side. You're like, I think that's Octavio. And you're like, haha, you'll never know. I was never here. And just goes into vanish smoke. Octavio is a huge part of the show, and I would not be able to do any of the things that I do without his help. So I very much appreciate my friend for coming through and helping us there. Join our Discord at Grappling Hour. That's the last of it, guys. It is my thanks. Again, also thank you to all of our correspondents. You know who you are. You showed up. You did great work. Whether you're Paul Ardia not wearing a shirt, Kevin Bradley not wearing a shirt, please do next time. If you're Tim Freeman, if you're Laura Kent, if you're Anthony Horta, if you are the individuals that shared the time and the screen with us yesterday, we appreciate you, and we appreciate the efforts that you put into our show. It really does mean a lot to me. I realize I'm also missing one of them, and I don't know who the last person is. Luis Quinones was supposed to call in. He didn't. I'm going to have words with him a little bit later. But yes, mostly everybody else called in, said hello, and it meant the world. Yes, Kevin Scott was with us yesterday, and my appreciation for his contributions to our show. All right, you guys. That is going to do it for us here at the Grappling Hour. 2 days of coverage. It really does mean a lot that you guys stayed up with us and you hung out with us for so long. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.